Example 13. For the following function, find A, the critical numbers, B, the open intervals where the function is increasing, and C, the open intervals where the function is decreasing. So the domain of our function here is from negative infinity to positive infinity, because there are no restrictions, because we have no denominators, no square roots, no logarithms. However, it's important to realize this is two functions multiplied to each other, so this is going to be a product rule where the first function is x minus 3, and the derivative of the first function is 1, and a second function, e to the negative 2x, and a derivative of that, which is negative 2 e to the negative 2x, because it's e to the negative 2x times the derivative of negative 2x, which is negative 2. So our product rule says f prime of x is going to be the first, x minus 3, derivative of the second, negative 2 e to the negative 2x, plus the second, e to the negative 2x, derivative of the first, which is 1. I can bring out the e to the negative 2x as the common factor, and that's going to leave here, don't forget there's a negative 2 right there, so a negative 2 and an x minus 3, and you can put the negative 2 in the front or the back. I just put it in the front, plus 1, so it's e to the negative 2x, and then I'm going to distribute negative 2x plus 6 plus 1, and e to the negative 2x is never going to equal 0. Remember, e is approximately 2.7. That's a positive number. And if you raise that to any power, it's always going to be greater than 0. So our critical number will come from the negative 2x, and we add those together, we get 7. Set that equal to 0. Negative 2x is negative 7. Divide by negative 2. X is positive 7 halves, which is 3.5. So on my number line, I'm going to put my 7 over 2, which is 3.5. I'll pick a number here like a 0, a number here like a 5. So my f prime of x was e to the negative 2x times negative 2x plus 7. And so f prime of 0, e to the negative 2 times 0 times negative 2 times 0 plus 7. Well, that's e to the 0, which is 1. Any base raised to the 0 is 1, as long as it's not a base of 0. This is going to give me a 7. 1 times 7 is 7. That's a positive number. In this region, the function is increasing. And that's from negative infinity until 7 over 2. Now I'm going to check f prime of 5. That's e to the negative 2 times 5 times negative 2 times 5 plus 7. That's e to the negative 10, negative 10 plus 7. And remember, this is going to be positive, always. This is negative. So overall, this is a negative region, which means it's decreasing. And that's from 7 over 2 to infinity. You can do the e to the negative 10 on your calculator. You're going to get a decimal, but it's going to be positive. Okay? E to any power is always a positive number. So, in conclusion, our only critical number was 7 over 2. The function was increasing from negative infinity to 7 over 2, and the function was decreasing from 7 over 2 to positive infinity.